This documentary is funded by the Star Ghana Foundation with support from Media General.
Free compulsory universal basic education is a bedrock of the directive principles of state policy in the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. The Sustainable Development Goals reiterate that all girls and boys must have access to free, equitable, and quality primary and secondary education. However, child marriage and teenage pregnancy continue to derail efforts to promote access to education, particularly for the girl child. In 2022, TV3 discovered cases of child marriage and teenage pregnancy following its media advocacy on girl child education at the Tafiasi Basic School in the Sisala East districts of the Upper West region. The head teacher at the time provided detailed information.
Over the past year, when I came here, 2018, there hadn't been any successive term without at least 2 or 3 children getting pregnant and being eloped from the school. So the following year, 2019, we tried Keben, but unfortunately, the COVID came in and interfered. And more unfortunately, during the season, we had as many as 8 girls that were eloped. Before we even returned, one had already delivered. But that one never stayed me away. I accepted them. They were in the school until they graduated.
To respond to the challenge of child marriage and teenage pregnancy, a girls' club has been established at Tafiasi Basic School to inspire and empower the girl child.
When the boy is also the same class as you, and the boy know math, and you don't know the subject, you can go to the boy and say he should teach you. But if the boy just started behaving like come to my house or something else, just leave the boy.
2 years on, a town hall meeting in accordance with the theme promoting girl child education was held in Tafiasi to share evidence and reflect on interventions towards girls' education. Present at the Star Ghana Foundation funded town hall meeting were duty bearers, including the Municipal Chief Executive Yakubu Fuseni Baton, Assemblyman, traditional authorities, representatives of NGOs, teachers, parents, and selected pupils from the Tafiasi Basic School. Preceding the meeting, participants were treated to a harmonious pre-composed song which communicated the theme for the town hall meeting.
Of the girl child education, everybody shall rejoice. With disaster, when they say more, why will there shall be no more? I in a pregnancy, early marriage shall all end. Girl child, let's grab the key to a better life. Education is the key to a better life. Break the chain of poverty. The Lord your God is ready to help you. Break the chain of illiteracy. The time has come for you to rise up. Aim high, girl child. Aim high, girl child.
To set the tone for the meeting, the TV3 mission team played back its previous news reportage regarding girl child education. Duty bearers and stakeholders created awareness about the adverse impact of child marriage and reflected on interventions to mitigate challenges faced by the girl child.
I'll say yes, Tafiasi is a very lovely community and very conducive for learning. And the girls in Tafiasi Basic School are doing marvelously very well when it comes to studies. But they also face so many challenges during their studies. Most of the girls are orphans, so care for them is a problem. Feeding is a problem for them. And some, when they are even in their periods, it's not easy for them. And many others, causing truancy in their attendance to school, child elopement, teenage pregnancy, female dropout rate on its go. But I also say, with the introduction of Girls Club in Tafiasi Basic School, there has been an improvement in the educational lifestyles of my girls. I think it's a credit to them. And not only withstanding, they also have an effective patron who meets the girls, advise them on educational policies, give them moral talks, and even provide them with what? Educational talks on adolescent age. She puts more emphasis on them because that is the age they are prone to so many vices. I think with the able patron concern and with the participation of my girls, the lifestyle of their education in the school has actually improved. I would say right from 2023 up to now, we haven't recorded any bad issue concerning our girls, and it's a credit to them.
The chief shows his appreciation and thanks to TV3 and then Mission Ghana. And the question posed to Chief didn't hesitate. He said, whatever that was recorded last year was true. In fact, it was very prevalent in the community. When the former head teacher came in and took the measures, as indicated in the expose, they also came in with some punitive measures. Initially, when it did happen, they only sent for the girl. The culprit or the person that was involved would just have to come and plead, and they let the man go with the girl. But after the expose, they sat down and agreed as a community that no, this thing is given to the community. So for that matter, we need to set up some measures to ensure that our girl child is protected. What did they do? What they did was that if you come in for any girl, they will send for the girl. When they send for the girl, they will ensure that you don't come closer to the girl again. Those were the measures they took, including the fan and also the purification, the animal for the purification that actually deter the people from the act. But they've come to also realize that if you look at the school, if you go to the classrooms, like indicated by the headmistress, the furniture situation is so worrying. Now, the school environment is supposed to be conducive, very friendly for people to come and learn. He or she sits on the chair in the community, but she comes here, and she's compelled to sit on the floor or to pair 3, 4, 5 on a dual desk. So these are some of the factors that he thinks as a chief that normally worry the girl child, also deters them from coming to school.
You cannot just move to someone community and say, I heard that you elope this girl, so I'm coming to take the girl away. No, we have to first of all meet with the girl parent and the community chief. From there, then we now move to the community or wherever the girl is to also engage with the man and his family to interact with them that you know at the age, if the child is underage, you know that in Ghana law it is not allowed. And this is it. We need the child back to continue her education. Or other than that, we have to extend to the next level. And with that, some of them actually comply with that and let the girl child come back. But sometimes you see that when the girl get there are some, like, you know, men, how you preach to our ears and it makes us feel like we are okay. Some of them comes back and they run back themselves. And also we engage maybe a victim, talk to them, guide them that this is the implication when you run into early marriage. Look at your mothers, look at your sisters in the villages. And we sometimes try to ask the child whether she needs something. If we can support them, we support by providing some of her basic needs for some time.
These days is very common. These days, a lot of the cases don't even go to the chief. Straight, they report at the police station. When it happened, the parents report at the police station. So I think for these days, the education is going down well with the people. So if you're able to sensitize them, I think a lot of people will desist from that act.
What was going on actually wasn't good at all. We didn't just like it at all. But for now, for the intervention of the girls' club and the parents coming in to bring all those laws, it is now going on well. It's now going on very well. We are doing all that we can. For the aspect of the elopement, I think it has stopped completely. We don't hear cases about elopement again.
I have serious engagement even with the police service. And then DOPSU. And I'm also working with Stride. Last week, we had similar issues in some other communities, not even within my electoral area. So what we are trying to do is that we want to pursue the cases. Some of them, we even want them to face the full rigors of the law so that it will serve as a deterrent for the others not involved in that act. Said very often, they do report to him very, very often. But he can even recall the last person, they even have to arrest the man and put him behind bars. So they have to come in and plead, and the person has to sign a bond before they release him. And he was recounting on what they do. Initially, when it happens, they even have to lash you. They lash the girl and lash the man as well. But for the intervention of NGOs, that was the practice. So for them, it isn't that because he's a chief, they will go and elope somebody's daughter, and then he will sit unconcerned. They've made it a law now that anybody, if it happens to anybody, report, and they do report very often.
Some of the challenges we have been facing with the girls is providing their basic needs. I think if these girls are able to get their basic needs, there is no need rushing to be with a man, because sometimes it's because they lack some of the basic needs that they go to meet a guy that can provide for them. For instance, the sanitary pad. When a girl is seeing her menstrual period, coming to the school sometimes make her feel like I can't come to school, because when I come, I'll be sitting in a mix of boys, and when they see that, they'll be teasing or laughing at the person. So some of them, when it comes to that time, they have to stay home until it finishes before they will come. And we encourage the parents to also see, as a mother, you should at least know that at this age, my girl is up to this age, and I know the possibility of her getting her menses, or you even ask, have you been seeing your menses? Do you feel any sign that you get this? And you also try to see you can provide for your child And when you come to the school, like the Metro Med Medicine, you educate some of them because they don't know. Some even become pregnant without even getting their menses because they don't know that at this stage I'm supposed to get, this is the signs I'm supposed to get, and know that at this age I'm about to menstruate.
Tell your father your menstrual cycle. Yes, me, my daughter, when she's in that period, she tells me. I'm saying this because that even brings you closer to your parents. If you tell your father, and your father, it's not all the time your mother will have money. It is not all the time your mother can convince your father to give you money. But if it is direct, you don't have. You went to your mother says, I don't have. That is not to say that because your mother says she doesn't have, you should leave the house and go to a man's place. No. You are brought up by two people, your father and your mother. So if you don't communicate with your mother and father, it means your problems can never be solved. And that is where at the point when you deal with your mother so much, your father thinks that, no, he says it's your child, so have it. Like I said, my daughter, she calls me, even she's in school. Yesterday she called and told me that she need money. I said, for what? He said she's expecting her menstrual cycle this week. I'll have to send the money to her. You see, and so we as men and women, we should all have concerns for our daughters.
With the aid of this girl club, I think it is a good initiative that they have started, and I would like to add my voice that you should keep it up. Don't end it, so that it will motivate a lot of them to come. Because as you are today, you are a lady, they feel like one day I can equally be a teacher, one day I will be a nurse. And this is the basic level that we can use to motivate them to do what to join, so that they will not go around following the guys, because some of the guys cannot actually even provide them. But the small they have, they take more advantage on that. So what I'll urge everybody to assist us here with our parents is to guide our children.
It's endemic here. It's one of the issues that is actually hindering the progress of girl child. But he has two issues that he wants to catalog. He has cataloged. One is indiscipline. The children themselves refuse to recognize that they are the parents. Gone are the days, any child, once you are a child and he's a grown-up, he's your parent, irrespective of where you are coming from. But today, they see a child doing something wrong, they want to tell the child that what you are doing is wrong. I'm not your father. This is more or less, it's a community, a small community, but it's close to the district capital. People come in, there's a child standing outside with a man, and he sees you standing with a man, want to go and reprimand you for doing that. The child says no. So indiscipline is one of the issues that is actually perpetuating that act. And again, the poverty, the parents are also taking blame, because when it comes to the rainy season, they should go to farm. The children should go to farm and help them. So the children will see that the cardinal issue here we are talking about is the economic situation. So why should I go to school? If somebody comes to marry me, they will think that when they talk of marriage, take me and go and take care of me. He said, well, if the children recognizes that they are the parent, if you come in with basic needs, he heard me mention pen, uniform, and whatever that they will also do within their ambit to ensure they provide you with those basic needs, they won't. But if you don't recognize us as parents, how do we also recognize you as our kids?
The issues are issues that are related to the child, the parents. Somewhere along the line, you see that you have a child that is in the situation you interview the child, you will definitely know that the child is not up to 18 years. But the child tells you that he's 18 years because we are the people who force them to go and register. You see? So at the end of it all, when you are saying that the child is not up to 18 years, and the child is telling you that I am 18 years, and the proof is that I have a card that shows that I am 18 years. Can you push it? So all those things were things that we need to let our parents sensitize our parents, because forcing them to register for voting and other things are things that they use them as a springboard to be able to do some of these things. Because if the child is 16 years and you say you should go and register, obviously if he's not 18, they won't register him. He goes to say, I am 18. Tomorrow, somebody has a problem, or somebody comes to elope her as a wife. Then you say she's not 18 years. She goes to say that, oh, I am 18. We have seen such cases before. But in a situation, like I said, somewhere along the line, when the child gets to understand that where the direction she's going is not going to help her, then she will come back and say, it's true, I only registered to vote.
Duty bearers resolved to safeguard the interests of the girl child.
Our needs are always difficult to provide. That's why we go to the men so that they can provide our needs for us. Parents, teachers, and NGO and other papers, we are sure that whatever you have said here, you will use it. Thank you.
Yeah, in collaboration with the PTA SMCs and the assembly, the schools, the school authority, and the community leadership, I am committed that we will protect the girl child to be in school. Thank you.
I stand here as the headmistress of Tafiesi Basic School on behalf of my girls, assuring everybody here that we are going to go by all the rules and regulations pertaining to their welfare in the school. And I, as the headmistress or the head teacher, will make sure that there's not going to be any dropout case or any elopement or teenage pregnancy in the school. Thank you.
I'm resolved that all the basic principles that we have come out with in this town hall meeting is going to be followed to ensure that we implement it to the letter. As an assembly member, you know I'm the liaison between the community and the assembly. So I want to assure you, if there is such a thing that happened within the community, I will not hesitate to ensure that the law or the agency that is mandated by the Constitution to ensure that the girl child is not deprived of the right to education is followed up to the letter. So on this note, I want to encourage you not to fall prey to these predators. They don't mean good for you. What I have gathered is that our parents are willing to support you with a basic need. Don't hesitate to approach your parent, particularly your fathers. What I've seen here in the Tafiesi community for the intervention Major General has come in, I've seen positive result. Looking at the history from last year up to this year. So I will encourage Major General, TV3, Mission Ghana, or Star Foundation to upscale this in some of the communities within the municipality to ensure that we keep our girl child in the school. I thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
We the parents, let's take them and groom them when they are very young. Me, I am at the KG level. When the child is small, then you pick the child. You know that this is what the child needs for her education. And this is what the child has to wear. Then you start providing from the infant throughout the child age up to this stage. And the child gets to know that it is my mother, my father that provides all these things. What will you say the child should do and the child will refuse you? But once they bring their problems and you don't address them, you don't help them to solve these petty things, and you want to maybe force them to do things that you want, and the child knows that she herself is struggling to provide for herself, that way it will bring the indiscipline home. So I plead with parents that let's pick the child and provide for them when they are small to stop some of these things. Thank you very much.
According to him, he's so committed. Early on, he enumerated measures that the community has put in place. Is to impose fine on anybody who happens to either involve in elopement or impregnating any girl from the school. And again, he added that is to ensure that if they get you, if anybody elopes any girl, after dealing with the person at the community level, they will hand that person to the law enforcement agency. The decision taken by the traditional authority is what they also abide by. In fact, they recommended those decisions to the traditional authority. So they implement them and they abide by it. But there's another strategy they've also adopted. One, which they are also going to intensify and ensuring that this mission is complete. And it is community watchdog. Within the PTA, the selected people, every night, they police the community to see that if they see not only the girl child, any child at school going age, they have a period that if they see them outside, they make sure that that child goes back to the house. The moral father of the girl child is indiscipline. That's what he thinks. But now, it's now that they've realized that a lot of people are interested in it, NGOs are coming in, Media General has made an expose and they are following up. She will make sure that they intensify the sensitization among the colleague women and the girls to ensure that wherever, especially like the menstrual period that my sister talks about, they will ensure that those basic things are provided. And she also appealed to the children. They should try as much as possible and take whatever we are saying here, the education, whatever the teachers teaches them in the classroom, they should take it very serious. For them, how many days? They have some few days to go. Is them.
According to the 2022 data on child marriage compiled by the Ghana Statistical Service, more than 70,000 girls aged 12 to 17 are child bride, meaning they are married or living with a man, hence unable to enroll or complete their basic education. To deal decisively with child marriage and girls' retention in school, it behoves on duty bearers to implement the National Strategic Framework on Child Marriage and the Children's Act in order to create equal learning opportunities for the girl child.
This documentary is funded by the Star Ghana Foundation with support from Media General.